talk with me today.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Tell me what you got to say.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
You're so informative and fun.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Yeah, you're the one.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
You're the voice of reason.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Indescribable yet pleasing.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
What's the scoop today in your battle for truth, justice, and the American way? Home health and politics, conspiracy theories or karate kicks, intelligent discussions on the issues of the day, but tell them not to call unless they got something to say.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
What's the word for now?
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Can you tell me how?
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Will our team win? I guess it depends on what shape they're in. Home health or politics, conspiracy theories or cement bricks, intelligent discussions on the issues of the day. Tell them not to call unless they got something to say.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Man, you're really cool.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
You ain't nobody's fool.
Hello, Uncle
You live by the golden rule. When there's a fiery discussion, you supply the fuel.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Man, you're really hip.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
You don't take no lip.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Man, you got it under control. If there's one thing you got, it's a lot of soul. On the thing we like about you, Uncle Henry, if you have a caller who's particularly pugnacious, quarrelsome, contentious, belligerent, truculent, or scathingly harsh, you simply disconnect the lines of communication. Oh, yeah. In other words, you hang up on the fool. Yeah. You're the Duke of Decorum, the Prince of Propriety, the Emperor of Excellence, the Sultan of Sensibility, and the Maharaja of Magnificence. Ba-do-do-do-do-do.
Uncle Henry.
Oh, yeah.
He's always right on time to work, and you're still dark. I bet it must be easy to find somewhere to park.
Yes, sir, you're on the air.
Say the AM radio, it's the Uncle Henry Show. You know you're up when you hear that roll tide roll.
Roll tide roll.
You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things used to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
You leave my mama out of this.
It's crushing Ronald Reagan, and don't y'all forget to pray. A celebrity Bible verse to start your day.
Lord have mercy. Read your Bible.
Giant pies and ugly ties and ill-named football bowls. Be sure you end your call with Roll Tide Roll.
Roll tide roll.
You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things ought to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of
Leave
this.
my mama out of this. It's horrible.
Let's talk about the Constitution.
I'm uncomfortable being called baby.
Just don't talk about prostitution or sex or breath,
Cut that out.
testosterone.
Don't send me things to click.
You can talk football, baseball, and eating meat, tea parties and bringing up children. You can talk city streets, deadbeats, and the way things probably ain't never gonna be. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
What's the matter with you people?
Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Making songs about my mama.
Come ride a little train going going down the track at the junction. Woo, woo! Very cool junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo, woo! Very cool junction. I will return.
This is WNTM.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
If you're traveling in Milton, we've got a crash with road blockage, Highway 90 at Ethel Dixon Street. And we're looking a little slow on Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10. It's an 8-minute drive. On the Bayway westbound from the Eastern Shore to the tunnel in Mobile, it's an 11-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Hello, everybody out there. I would like to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all the elderly peoples that listen to the Uncle Henry Show and to all the elderly peoples in the world. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays from the I Love Hillary Clinton guy.
Message deleted. Press.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you so much. I appreciate very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Yes, I'm here. I've not been let go. I'm still here doing this show. Once again, here we are together, me and you, trying to figure out what is going on in the world around us. And I'm having more and more difficulty each and every day trying to figure out what is going on. What's going on in the world around us? Now, if you want to call in, you can. Telephone lines are open for you if you're not some freak. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. If you want to send me one of them old-fashioned electronic mail messages, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. You can listen as you are now, or you can watch. If you'd like to see video of an older man struggling, you can watch the live video streaming on YouTube. Just look for Uncle Henry Show on YouTube and you will find the dull video of the older man standing at the microphone. We've got, of course, numerous things to get into on today's Uncle Henry Show, but one topic that really got my attention, this is something I guess I should have expected, but I did not expect it, especially this time of year. Today, President Trump signed an executive order about dope smoking. Yes, President Trump addressing the dope smoking issue in this country, signing an executive order about this. Now, if you're one of them dope smokers out there, and we've heard a lot about you. In fact, I think it was former Mobile City Councilman Fred Richardson said half of the vehicles in Mobile County have people in the vehicles right now using the dope and smoking it. If you're one of those people, let me tell you, calm down. Calm down, dope smoker. President Trump did not legalize the devil's weed. He did not. President Trump did not legalize the dope smoking. All right? So don't go out there and think, wow, he signed this piece of paper, and now I can just walk around in the mall with it and walk over here, go in and out of the Walmart with it. No! Calm down, dope smoker. He did not legalize your favorite vice. Let's listen together. I've got audio here of President Trump talking about his dope smoking initiative. Let's listen so that we can learn together about what President Trump has done today with his pen on the paper.
So I've always told my children, don't take drugs, no drinking, no smoking, and just stay away from drugs.
Good.
They would look at me and they said, Dad, would you stop saying that? I would say it every time I looked at it practically.
Think about it, and they've turned out, at least from what we can tell now, they've turned out okay.
Young Americans are especially at risk, so unless a drug is recommended by a doctor for medical reasons, just don't do it. At the same time, the facts compel the federal government to recognize that marijuana can be legitimate in terms of medical applications when carefully administered in some cases. This may include the use as a substitute for addictive and potentially lethal opioid painkillers. They cause tremendous problems. This can do it in a much lesser way. It can make people feel much better that are living through tremendous pain and problems. 40 states and multiple U.S. territories have already recognized the use of medical marijuana. This reclassification order will make it far easier to conduct marijuana-related medical research, allowing us to study benefits, potential dangers, and future treatments. It's going to have a tremendously positive impact, I believe. We're also asking Congress to reconsider its classification of hemp-derived CBD to ensure seniors can access CBD products they have found beneficial for pain and other reasons. Some people are literally dying, and they're dying with tremendous pain, and this can, in many cases, literally stop it. And they have their senses about them, as opposed to painkillers, which don't allow that, don't allow them to die with dignity, frankly. I promise to be the president of common sense, and that is exactly what we're doing. This is really something having to do with common sense. And it's something having to do with the fact that so many people that I respect ask me to do. People that are having problems, big problems. They are having big problems with illness, with cancer in particular. I now want to ask Dr. Oz to say a few words, followed by Dr. Braun, Dr. Kasser.
All right. Now, and I'm not going to, and if you want to see Dr. Oz, you can go find it on YouTube. I know he's in the Trump administration, but I'm still, I can't stand to look at Dr. Oz on television, because I remember when he used to go on Oprah. Do you remember that? I remember tuning in accidentally to an Oprah, and it was an episode where Dr. Oz was teaching Oprah and America, the women of America, what your when you go to the bathroom, what should it look like, which is disgusting. That kind of stuff doesn't need to be on broadcast television ever, under any circumstance. But there's Dr. Oz, and he's there with Oprah, and they're describing what it should look like when you go to the bathroom, and they're giggling about it because Oprah just, she could tell this would be good ratings. People were talking about going to the bathroom. So I'm not a big fan of Dr. Oz and that kind of stuff. In fact, I've got many complaints about Dr. Oz that I could share and may share with you as the program moves forward. But this, what he said about the some people deriving some benefit from this, aside from the dope smokers that want to get high, want to get buzzed on their way out to, I don't know where they're headed, Loosedale, I don't know where they go. I've known people that were suffering from cancer, terminal cancer, in their final days, that was the only real relief they got, was being able to use the marijuana. So I'm not against the research at all. If they can find something positive in there that might help people that are suffering, then let's help them suffering people. But we don't need to help necessarily the guy that wants to, burn one while he's waiting for his delivery of Doritos to arrive.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
And we have an accident with road blockage in Milton, Highway 90 at Ethel Dixon Street. Slow on Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10. It's a 9-minute drive. And slow on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, a 49-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
YouTube viewers, excuse me. Let me check and see if there's anybody watching on YouTube here. Let's see. And yeah, we, excuse me, we got a small number of people looking in. Hello to, let's see, we've got Bama Big Man. We've got the Love Freak 69. We've got PR Henry 115. Excalibur 1 X-Force. Tarzan White. Bucks World something. Shinobi. I don't know what that is. Shinobi Bucks World. I don't know what it is. But whoever you are, thank you for looking. KP of shirtbutter.com. Oh, is that 68-year-old Chris that's got a new hip that's watching? God bless. I was thinking about you today, 68-year-old Chris. Hoping that everything is going well. All right, what can I tell you about? Going to be back on the radio here when? Let me see. We're in the commercial break. The listeners are learning about.
Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance.
Well, they're learning about what life insurance they should purchase. Going to be back on the radio here in just a few minutes. Let me see what I can tell you. If there's, let me look in the, there is weird news. This is for the snake trapper. I know he's not watching or listening right now, but a man in Tennessee popped the hood of his SUV because he had noticed a strange smell coming from his vehicle. Strange smell. So he popped the hood on his SUV and he found a python, a dead python coiled up inside the engine. I guess this is going to be more commonplace as we have more pythons in the United States of America. Looking into the dumb criminal file. 2 restaurant workers in Ohio facing felony charges. Police said they faked a robbery. They called the police from the deli saying that they had masked robbers inside, but when officers arrived, customers were there eating calmly and nothing was wrong, and it turns out that the 2 employees, a 45-year-old man and a 40-year-old man, had used ChatGPT to create a fake security camera image showing masked intruders. Then they sent it to the restaurant owner who called 911. No, so one of the guys was arrested and is in jail. The other guy fled. So he's on the lam. All right, let's see what. Oh, I'm going to be back on the radio here in about. I'm going to be back on the radio here in about a minute. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, a list of the websites people use the most in 2025. Number 1 would be Google.com. Okay. No surprises. Facebook.com. Number 2. Apple.com. Facebook.com, number 3, Microsoft.com, number 4, Instagram.com, number. There's no surprises here. It's all the all of the organizations that are wrecking our lives are at the top of the list.
In 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone. Traditional window covering retailers are expensive. Our prices are low, and our blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
News? Check. Traffic and weather? Check. Opinions? Check. This is the Uncle Henry Show, only on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM. It's 5:20. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes. If you'd like to call the show, you can. 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. In the first segment of this hour, I was explaining to you, the listener, that President Trump today, he did not legalize dope smoking. He did not legalize recreational use of marijuana. He just signed an executive order that's going to make it easy. It's going to reschedule the drug and make it easier for research to be done to find if there's any good applications for it on a medical way. He did not make it so that you can get all loaded on it all the time and ride around as some type of doped up freak. Now, President Trump, I played for you his remarks. Now, there was he had a bunch of people talk at the meeting. RFK talked at the meeting. Dr. Oz talked at the meeting. I don't want to play any more of that, but there was somebody that I want to play from the meeting because I'm just call me an uneducated, dumb Southerner. I'm sure you already do. But call me that because I really love foreign accents. I do. I love foreign accents. In fact, my favorite episodes of the Beverly Hillbillies were when they went to London. So you could hear the British accents. I just love foreign accents. And so up in that Oval Office, President Trump had some foreign lady doctor up in there to talk about why this executive order was a good idea. And I just want to hear what she has to say because she's got a wonderful foreign accent. Let's listen together to the marijuana doctor lady talking about the executive order.
I'm Nora Volkov. I'm Director of the National Institute on Drug Abuse. And
she's the international director of something.
For us, that rescheduling opens the door to actually be able to accelerate the rate at which we can do research and discovery. And research is crucial in order for us to, for example, understand.
I love the way she says almost every word, crucial. It's all good. This is magnificent.
What may be and for whom the dangers of cannabis. Yes,
cannabis!
Cannabis can be addictive. And
wait, did you hear what she said? Dope smoker out there on Airport Boulevard? Can't wait to get home in time for wrestling to come on? She said it can be addictive. Remember this. It's not good to be addicted.
Certainly people, adolescents and children may be the most vulnerable, but we cannot close our eyes to research and the opportunity that we are hearing from patients that for some of them, cannabis can...
Cannabis! Look, I'm pausing her there to make this observation. Look, as I mentioned to you previously, moments ago, I love foreign accents. I'm enjoying listening to her. I wish she could be on the show every day, just like... I wish we could hire her to do the news here. Wouldn't that be great to have the news with all the words pronounced all funny? But look, one of the signature moves of President Trump is to control the border and to get people to remigrate back to wherever it is that they came from. And could we not find a doctor to talk about this from the United States of America? Could we not find, is there no native-born doctor that could have done this thing? Now, I'm enjoying it. I just said I'd like to listen to her do the news every day, but could we not have, is there no American doctor that could have done this? Did we have to bring in somebody from I don't even know where she's from. Some type of, I'm going to guess that the country ends with a lot of vowels or something. Could we not find an American doctor here?
Solve their problem. And so what we need to do is do research, number one, to understand what are those conditions. Number two, in order to be able to optimally learn how to use it. And to understand, number three, who is at danger. And it is knowledge that will allow us to optimally benefit.
Optimally benefit.
Take the benefits that may be behind cannabis as research
Cannabis.
shows, but on the other hand, also enable us better to do prevention interventions to protect those that are most vulnerable.
Cannabis, we want to optimally find the research for cannabis. See, that was fun, but where's the American doctor? I guess Dr. Oz is considered American, but I've explained to you I can't stand the guy. He was on Oprah too much. There's too much of when you're on Oprah too often. It's just not good. In fact, the worst episode of Oprah of all time. I'll describe it to you, even though you would wish to forget it. Oprah, in like the last year of Oprahdom, she decided to do this big episode about reincarnation. She just thought it was she was a believer in this. She just thought it was magnificent. And Dr. Oz was on her show about reincarnation. And she had somebody else on there, and I can't remember who this person was. It was some I'm going to call him a con artist, because that's my personal opinion on the topic.
Personal opinion time. Personal opinion time. Personal opinion time.
And the con artist the con artist had regressed Dr. Oz to a previous life of Dr. Oz. And he was willing to go on Oprah. I guess being on national television is so intoxicating, you just can't turn down the opportunity. Even if they say, hey, we're going to get you on TV and we're going to regress you back to a previous life or something like that. He just wanted to be on TV. Well, anyway, Dr. Oz is there on Oprah, and they have some con artist who's regressed Dr. Oz back to a previous life. And Dr. Oz tells the TV audience that he believes that he had been an old woman. He didn't know when or where. He just felt that he had been an old woman in a cave. That Dr. Oz had been an old woman in a cave. And then Oprah wanted to get the con artist to have everybody in the audience that was there live in her studio audience. She wanted them all to go into kind of a hypnotic trance and be regressed, just like Dr. Oz had been, so he could find out that he was a lady in a cave. And Oprah got angry because there was a couple of members of the audience that didn't want to participate in this. It might have been because it went against their religion, or they had some type of self-respect. One of the two, maybe both. She got so mad, Oprah, and she said to them on camera, because I was watching it in Alabama, Oprah said, just because you don't believe in reincarnation doesn't mean you hadn't been. Anyway, that's why when I see Dr. Oz in the Oval Office, I just look, send him, make him ambassador to the past. That would be a good job for him. Dr. Oz, we're going to make you ambassador to the cave people, back from when you lived in a cave. And we're going to get the lady with the accent to build a time machine. She will send you back in time optimally.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Watch for an accident in Cantonment on Highway 95A at East Kingsfield Road. Also, the roadway is blocked due to an accident on Highway 90 at Ethel Dixon Street in Milton. Getting slow on Highway...
Hey, hats off to Ethel Dixon. Whoever she is, she has a street named after her. in Milton, Florida.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Have an easy holiday only at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, plus shipping supplies and services to get your packages delivered safely. Don't forget custom cards, invites, photo gifts, wrapping paper, and more. Staples. That was easy.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. An officer with Mobile Police arrested by police in Daphne on child sexual abuse charges, and that's according to Daphne Police. Jacob Clifford, an officer of the MPD, was arrested Wednesday. Daphne Police say 2 weeks ago they received a complaint alleging the sexual abuse of a child under 12. Now, police say Clifford is a resident of Daphne, and the alleged crimes took place in Daphne. Mobile Police say it was notified Friday of the criminal investigation. We're told Clifford was immediately placed on administrative leave. A federal judge setting a trial date for the former operations manager of the Pritchard Water System and several co-defendants charged in a massive embezzlement scheme. The trial is scheduled for February, 4 years after federal agents raided the Pritchard Water Works and Sewer Board. Federal prosecutors allege Nia Bradley and others used utility-issued credit cards to make hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of personal purchases. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office completed another year of its annual bike giveaway, handing out dozens of bikes and toys to families with help from community partners. Families lined up inside the Southwest Chamber of Commerce to pick up bikes and toys. The Sheriff's Office partnered with the Cajun Navy and Walmart to make the event possible. The giveaway faced a last-minute challenge when the Cajun Navy's truck broke down, requiring deputies to make an emergency trip to Baton Rouge to collect the donations. The effort resulted in a room full of toys children will have a chance to open on Christmas. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeart radio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. Congressional lawmakers on the way home after failing to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies set to expire this year. President Trump claims he still wants to see a different health care measure to take over, claiming Democrats have motivation to keep the current law.
The insurance companies own the Democrat Party. They own it. And the Democrats having a hard time. They give a lot of money to the Democrats. Very little money to Republicans, by the way. A lot of money to Democrats.
Democrats, with the help of a handful of Republicans, signing a petition forcing a vote on a bill to extend Obamacare tax credits by 3 more years. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffrey says time is running out.
There's no reason why Mike Johnson can't bring that bill to the floor immediately.
And retired NASCAR driver Greg Biffle and his family are among those killed in a North Carolina plane crash this morning at a regional airport. America is listening to Fox News.
YouTube viewers, let's see. Is anybody still watching on the YouTube? Oh, let's see. Hello to Pat Nelly. Thank you for looking in. Steve of Make It Stick. Steve, good to see you. Thank you all for looking in on the program. Let's see. Excalibur One Force. Have I seen White Christmas? Yes, but that has been maybe when it was originally put out. In the 40s. Been a long time. But I believe we saw it at the movie theater on Government Street, where Government Plaza is now. Back then. All right, let's see. Going to be back on the radio here in about 90 seconds. What can I tell you about while waiting to go back on the radio? There is a 92-year-old grandmother in Japan, 92 years old. She just won a Tekken 8 video game tournament. There's a group in Japan that holds gaming events for senior citizens. The oldest player was 95. The 92-year-old beat out a 74-year-old in the finals. See, isn't that terrible? They're taking advantage of the elderly. These people probably don't even know they're playing a video game, do they? They're just being taken advantage of. It's terrible. All right, got to go back on the radio. I have more broadcasting.
Freedom of choice.
Has brought about a love of drugs.
Get your fix.
Weeknights at 7 on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Hey, Uncle Henry. LB. Merry Christmas, everybody. Why don't you play, if you're going to play Christmas music, why don't you play that Zamfir's Bamboo Christmas?
Message deleted. Press 4 to...
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. You can listen to me on FM radio. I'm on 95 KSJ, Monday through Friday from 10 to 2, playing today's hottest country. Tomorrow on 95 KSJ, along with playing Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs, and Luke Bryan and all them people. Tomorrow I'm also going to be giving away tickets to see Mustache the Band. Mustache the Band in concert Saturday night at Soul Kitchen in downtown Mobile. You want to try and win them tickets, be listening right after 1 p.m. tomorrow. About 1:15, your chance to win them Mustache the Band tickets on 95 KSJ. Now, right before we started up that bumper music, there was a LD the Mad Trucker asking for me to play some Zamfir Christmas music. I did. A few years ago, I did play, and it was really good. Zamfir has wonderful Christmas music. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure it's there somewhere, and you really enjoy it. But when I used it on the Uncle Henry Show, I was doing video on Facebook, and Facebook shut the video down because of, and it said that my video was banned in Eastern Europe because of the Zamfir music. So I don't know, there must be some type of music rights issue with Eastern Europe and Zamfir. So I will not be playing Zamfir music on the Uncle Henry Show at any time in the near future. 251-479-2723, the telephone number on the Uncle Henry Show. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, there is a story that Fox 10 did that I want to share with you, because I have some thoughts on this. I've talked about this many times on the Uncle Henry Show, and I'm going to talk about it again. The Fox 10 crew did a report on how young Mayor Spiro really wants to slow down the traffic on Water Street. So let's listen together. I've got very strong opinions on this. First, let's listen to the content of the story.
Mobile's mayor wants to transform the city's waterfront, but one big challenge, Water Street.
Yeah, the road connects two interstates, bringing high-speed traffic through downtown. Our Brendan Kirby is live now with the efforts to slow that traffic down.
And Brendan, this is complicated.
Yeah, it is, Cameron and Lenise. The federal government has a role to play here because Water Street connects two different interstate highways. But Mayor Chertogadis says that this road cuts off the rest of downtown from one of the city's most precious assets, its waterfront. Millions of dollars are in development transforming that waterfront. There's a new pedestrian plaza with statues of Mobile's Hall of Fame athletes, a new train stop, and major changes coming to the Maritime Museum. The overhaul of Cooper Riverside Park is nearing completion in the next several months. And private developers plan to build Riverwalk Plaza, a complex with a luxury hotel, condos, offices, and restaurants right on the Mobile River.
Now, all of that is good, by the way. I love the fact that Mobile's waterfront is getting all this investment. You're getting the private investors coming in there, and there's a lot of public money too, as well as with all these parks and the Boondoggle Museum down there. But
Water Street is a barrier. Fast-moving traffic makes it difficult for people to walk from downtown to the waterfront. City officials want to slow that traffic down. In September, the council awarded a contract of about $800,000 to study various options.
All right, now listen to that. $800,000 of tax money just to study, not to do nothing, but to study how can we slow down the traffic between the two interstate roads. Think about that. The government has built all the roads, by the way. In essence, we the taxpayers, we built I-10. We built the I-165 thing over there that Water Street goes in between, and we built Water Street. We built all of this, and now we're paying even more to figure out how to get people to slow down on it because it's a barrier.
The mayor recently met with Federal Highway Administration officials. They want studies exploring whether those changes can be made safely. And any changes must also consider the planned Interstate 10 bridge. The mayor says that he'll return with what he calls modified asks for the Water Street project.
Getting Water Street more pedestrian friendly, it's not a maybe, it's a must do for me. If we're truly going to unlock our waterfront, open us up to more tourism dollars, making Water Street a pedestrian-friendly corridor is a must-do.
When it comes to actually doing the work, Mayor Cherry says that he intends to seek grants to pay for that project. Reporting live from downtown, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
All right, now, and I apologize if I'm going over old material here with you, but it just frustrates me. It just frustrates me every time I hear him talk about this, them being any of the people involved in decision making. Because if you're old enough to remember, when they started building the I-165, everybody that was building the I-165 knew that there was going to be a bunch of interstate traffic going down Water Street. They knew it. That was the point of it. So the original proposal was to have an elevated expressway that would be above Water Street, that would have carried the traffic above Water Street, which would have, then this would not have been an issue at all. Now, the reason we don't have an elevated expressway is that both the business people in downtown Mobile at the time and city fathers and mothers were just, they were so upset and worried. They thought that if there was an elevated expressway, that none of that traffic, they wanted the traffic. They wanted, see, back then, downtown Mobile was not what it is now. They wanted it. They wanted that traffic at street level. They said that it was going to kill downtown if they put an elevated expressway. It would destroy downtown. So we've got to have the traffic at street level. It's got to be at street level. So they changed all the plans, and they made it at street level. And then, when the traffic was at street level, then they started complaining again because they had what they wanted. They wanted the traffic, and then when they got the traffic, now they don't like the traffic. And now let's spend $800,000 to figure out what to do about this. Well, to slow it down dramatically, to make it safe so that I can wheel a great grandma across Water Street with a bunch of toddlers following behind, and we can have maybe some our pet dogs and some geese walking behind us. We can walk and we can stop in the middle because grandma wants to do a selfie or something. It makes no sense to slow down that traffic because it's right between the two interstates. Doesn't make any sense. No. As I've told you before, and if you're going to spend more money, build beautiful pedestrian bridges. They like the one they got over there in Foley. Build a bunch of pedestrian bridges, because the traffic, don't you quit slowing the traffic down. Why do we even have cars? What's the point of a car? What are you going to make it horse and bicycle only? Come on. Stop trying to slow the traffic down. I bought a dadgum car and now you're telling me I can't drive it. Build pedestrian bridges and leave the traffic alone.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Watch for an accident in Cantonment on Highway 95A at East Kingsfield Road. Also, the roadway is blocked due to an accident on Highway 90 at Ethel Dixon Street in Milton. Getting slow on Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10. It's a 10-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored. YouTube viewers, thank you for looking. On the YouTube, hello to Ben Griffin, young Ben Griffin. All right, going to be back on the radio here in about 3 or 4 minutes. Before I go back on the radio, what can I tell you about? Let me see if there's anything I can tell you about. There's a man, excuse me, there's something about the weather that is causing me to have throat issues today. I'm going to blame the weather. So excuse me for all the throat clearing and coughing. A man in the United Kingdom, they like arresting people over there a lot for talking and stuff. Well, there's a man, a 45-year-old UK man, who's going to jail for 5 years because he transformed a stapler into a firearm. Now, I can't find any details on how he did it. I guess they don't want us to know. But he had modified a stapler into a gun. 5 years in jail there. Let's see, a new AP poll finds that Americans are just fine now with giving cash as a Christmas present. I remember years ago it was thought as lazy or thoughtless by some people. Now, 60% of Americans say that it's acceptable and preferable to anything else. Cash or gift cards. Maybe they can change the name of it. One day, years after we're gone, they'll change Christmas and just make it something like Account Transfer Day, where we all decide who we want to transfer stuff from our account to and how much. Just Account Transfer Day, and you wake up on December 25th and you check your balance. Oh, this year I got more than I gave. Here is a story that I find upsetting on a personal level. This is a new porch pirate story. A Los Angeles area woman is heartbroken after an Amazon delivery driver was caught on video stealing her cat. December 11th, the Ring camera showed the driver dropping off a package and then crouching down to the Siamese mixed cat, grabbed the cat, took off with it. The cat's been their cat for 6 years. The family's got 3 young kids, are devastated. Authorities have identified the driver. Charges are pending. The cat has not been recovered or found. Now, this, I guess it's my own human nature, my flawed human nature. My first reaction is a violent. I have violent thoughts about the Amazon driver. I do. You know, we don't allow caning in this country. This is to me It inspires violent thought. And again, I was having this conversation with my beautiful wife the other day. So many people have these cameras, and people still do stuff in front of these cameras. Wouldn't every Amazon driver in the United States realize that they're probably on camera at 90% of their deliveries, and they still would do this? What good is the camera? We're gonna need the camera to have like pepper spray on top of it where you could squirt at them or something. We're going to need weapons on the camera.
Wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
Uncle Henry Show, News Radio 710, WNTM. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes, and then more Uncle Henry Show. Hello, caller.
Hey, Uncle Henry.
Hey, you are live on the radio.
Navco Bill, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Navco Bill. I hope all is well Navco way.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Hey, about that Water Street issue, I agree with you. Pedestrian bridges would be the way to go. But if they want to hasten the slowing down of the traffic, I suggest putting in potholes maybe every 200 yards or so, like they do in a lot of the neglected roads, like in Midtown and stuff. As a matter of fact, they could take out some of that, concrete and earth, crush it up, go and fill the other potholes and create the pothole on Water Street. And that would surely slow down the traffic. And no $800,000 bill, I'll tell you that.
Wouldn't that be nice if they could just think out of the box like you do?
Yeah, no problem. If they just left it in neglect, it might take a while. So they might need to take a Bobcat down there, the jackhammer attachment, and create a few, fissures and maybe little holes, because 18-wheelers will turn the little holes into big holes in no time.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
So, but anyway, you and all the listeners and everybody, all the callers, Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. Talk to you later. Thanks, Uncle Henry.
Hey, thank you, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, too, Navco Bill. And also have a blessed Christmas. Have a blessed Christmas. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Speaking of Christmas, I saw that there is a new Christmas decorating trend that many celebrities are pushing, and it's on social media. It's called the naked Christmas tree trend. Now, if you're a pervert, don't get excited by this because it doesn't involve naked people or animals. So, sorry, it's about the tree being naked, and the trend is to put a Christmas tree in your house, but don't put no ornaments on it. Maybe just a few soft white lights. But other than that, just no lights at all. Just have a tree all by itself. The naked Christmas tree trend. Now, why are they doing this? Well, let's see. They say that it saves money, that it reduces clutter, and it works better for homes with lots of kids or lots of pets. The naked Christmas tree. All right, well, look. If it's that much of a problem, if having a full-on Christmas tree, like many of us grew up with and continue to have, if it's that much of a problem that, we can't have it in here, it's clutter and it costs and well, next year, instead of a naked Christmas tree, why don't you just put a picture up of a Christmas tree? Why don't you do that? Instead of having just put a tree in your house with nothing on it, why don't you just hang a picture of a Christmas tree? Or maybe you all could just sit around around an empty space and remember what a Christmas tree looked like. If it's that big of a problem, why don't you just remember what a Christmas tree looked like? It just sounds so silly to me. The naked Christmas. We're going to have a naked Christmas tree. Oh, now also, speaking of Christmas, I saw that there's a new trend that's allegedly being embraced by Generation Z called micro-giving. Now, what is micro-giving? Well, micro-giving is where you give somebody really inexpensive gifts, like maybe some socks or maybe a candle or maybe some soap or something. They're calling it micro-giving. Now, I hate to burst your bubble here, Generation Z, but we had that back when I was a kid. But we didn't call it micro-giving. We called it being broke. Yeah. We called it being poor. We called it being broke. We called it being trying to have a family of 5 on one person's income. We didn't call it micro-giving. We called it, hey, we're poor. Anyway, everything old becomes new again. There's nothing new under the sun. All right, out of time for this hour of Uncle Henry Show, but there's more to come. There's more stories I want to get into. I saw that Fox 10 did a story about a lady on the Eastern Shore that turned 100 years old. And I love those stories because whenever people turn 100 or older than that, the reporters always ask them, what's your secret? What's your secret? Are you drinking Worcestershire sauce in your whiskey or what is? So we're going to find out. I'm going to get into that and more as the Uncle Henry Show continues after the news break.
Fox on Tech.
Maybe AI can get you that building permit more quickly. GovStream.ai reveals they've received more than $3.5 million from Silicon Valley investors to fully develop their new artificial intelligence aimed at cutting down the paperwork, the bureaucracy, and therefore the wait time for approving new building projects within a city. From homeowners looking to repair or renovate to developers looking to build needed high-density housing, things are notoriously held up by local permitting processes. And while jokes about government paperwork abound, the reality is permit application reviews require research, and AI could do that, says GovStream.ai.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking. I'm turning the camera off. There's more show on News Radio 710 WNTM coming up. I will be here tomorrow at the regular time. Thank you for looking at the Uncle Henry Show on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Have a pleasant evening and a pleasant tomorrow.
Injured, I knew I had to be strong. I just remember rushing into his room and giving him a big hug and letting him know I was there.
These veterans and families are just a few of the heroes we serve at Homes for Our Troops. We build specially adapted custom homes with features like wheelchair access and automatic door openers that allow them to focus on their recovery and family.
This house is freedom. It's hope. It's a new beginning.
Visit hfotusa.org.
'Tis the season when you're in the mood for holiday music. Listen